My name's Steve Finke. I'm owner of Meadow View Beekeeping. My business is based in Kutztown. And I'm also president of the Lehigh Valley Beekeepers Association, so I know a lot of the beekeepers in the Lehigh Valley area. So I do this full time. And I'm here today to collect a swarm of honeybees that this homeowner called me about earlier today. April and May is peak swarming season for honeybees, where colonies divide, and the queen and maybe 10 or 15,000 bees land temporarily in a tree or a bush or a picnic table or wherever. And they sit there in a cluster. It looks like a football. It's all tan and black honeybees. Just a cluster of bees, and they're just waiting for their scout bees to find a new cavity to move into. It could be another hollow tree. It could be a barn wall. It could be any cavity. Honeybees will move in. When they're 10 feet up, like this one, it's a little harder. I use a bucket on a pole to jam it up underneath the swarm. Most of the swarm goes in the bucket. Hopefully you got the queen. You dump that into the hive, put the lid on. But you don't get all the bees that way. You have to hope you get the queens. Like today, it takes a couple tries sometimes. Once you get the queen in the box, they like to cluster around her. So the rest of the bees in the swarm will find her and go right into the box. And so they're easy to just let them go in. And then we close up the box, take them home, and put them in a regular beehive. So it'll turn into a full production colony. Probably not this year because it has some growing to do, but if I can, take care of it and keep the mite loads down and keep the pesticides away and get them through the winter, then they'll be producing honey for me to sell next spring, next summer. Catching swarms is probably one of the earlier things you learn to do because it's free bees for us. And it also helps the beekeeping and the pollinator world, to not destroy them. So we always encourage the general public to call somebody if they see a ball of bees hanging in a tree somewhere, rather than spraying them with a hose or spraying them with insecticide or something, because they're very helpful to the environment and they're useful to beekeepers.